The Earl of Wessex has taken on the title his late father was known by, but the Duke of Edinburgh style predates Prince Philip, and its history is shrouded in tragedy. Prince Edward is the new Duke of Edinburgh, Buckingham Palace has announced. In celebration of his 59th birthday, King Charles III granted his younger brother the title their late father held for more than 70 years. It is understood that Prince Philip, who died in April 2021, and who was given the title on the morning of his wedding to Princess Elizabeth, later Queen Elizabeth II, wanted his youngest son to take on the title. Having launched the Duke of Edinburgh's award, Philip's work and legacy as prince consort became synonymous with his dukedom. But the title predates Philip, and while he is remembered for his dedication to the monarchy and support of his wife, the previous Dukes of Edinburgh faced misfortune and tragedy. Here, Express.co.uk looks back at the Dukes of Edinburgh of the past and how, until Prince Philip, the title was cursed by catastrophe, hated son. When King George VI bestowed the Duke of Edinburgh title on his son-in-law in November 1947, Philip became the first royal to take on the dukedom in 47 years. Before him, 3 others were styled as such: Prince Frederick, Prince George, later George III, and Prince Alfred, all of whom suffered a series of unfortunate events, the son of King George II and Queen Caroline. Prince Frederick was the first to hold the title. His grandfather, King George I, created the dukedom in 1726 and bestowed it on his grandson. Frederick grew up in Hanover and did not move to England until 1728, arriving as a young man and heir to the throne, as his father had become king only the year before. After years of separation, Frederick's relationship with his parents was strained, with George II barely able to talk to his eldest son. Though the root of the antipathy has never been truly established, their mutual hatred was a well-known national scandal. She said, "At last I shall have one comfort in having my eyes eternally closed, I shall never have to see that monster again." Despite receiving £50,000, more than £8.5 million in today's money, a year from his father, Frederick was not satisfied with his income. He demanded more money and, upon his father's refusal, unsuccessfully appealed against the king to Parliament for a larger allowance. At the time, having been banished from the king's court, Frederick was running his own rival court, maneuvering against Sir Robert Walpole, chief minister to his father and widely regarded as Britain's first prime minister. He later became a devoted family man, sharing 9 children with his wife, Princess Augusta, one of whom was the future King George III. His political ambitions were unfulfilled when Frederick died in 1751, at the age of 44. His death has been recorded as one of the most unusual in British history, with some sources claiming he died after being hit with a cricket ball, causing an abscess to burst. Confined to his bed, moments before his death, Frederick reportedly uttered the words, "Je sens la mort," French for "I smell death." He predeceased his father, making him the most recent Prince of Wales to have not become monarch, secluded sovereign. After Frederick's death, his son became the second ever Duke of Edinburgh. Prince George, the second child of Frederick and Augusta, also became heir apparent and later the Prince of Wales. George only held the dukedom for 9 years before his grandfather's death in 1760 saw him accede to the throne. Unlike his father and grandfather, who grew up in Germany, George was born and brought up in Britain and expressed his love for his country by telling Parliament in his accession speech, "I glory in the name of Britain." He is most commonly associated with Britain's best-known military defeat in the American War of Independence. But historian Andrew Roberts argued in his best-selling biography of the king that he